Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, a very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining me today as I make an absolutely delicious no-bake cheesecake. Come along and let's get started. I'm going to be using two crusts today. For the first one, I'm using a lotus biscoff biscuit, so that's just what I'm crushing now. You can also use a food processor, a blender, or a grinder for the step. And next up, I'm just adding some melted butter, and I'll be adding some sugar as well, and I'm just going to mix that together. For my individual servings today, I'm using a cupcake pan, and I'll also be using my mini glasses. So I'm just scooping some of my crust or my base into my cupcake tins and into my glasses, and I'll just be pressing it down to allow it to set and really compress. And guys, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and be sure to hit that notification bell as well so that you will know when I upload more amazing videos. And of course, I always have a little helper in the kitchen, especially when it comes to desserts. So Nanekia is helping me out again. Once I'm done compressing it, I'm going to set it aside and work on my second crust, which will be my Oreo cookies. I'm just removing the creamy filling for this part. And once I'm done, I'm going to crush it the same way, either a food processor, a blender, or manually. And once I get a fine crust, I'm going to add some sugar and some melted butter as well. And of course, as with the Lotus Biscoff biscuits, you can eliminate the sugar from the crust. And once I mix it up, I'm going to do the same thing as I did with my first crust. I'm just going to put it into my glasses and into my cupcake tin. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but yes, you want to line your cupcake tins with a cupcake liner so that it's easier for you to get your cheesecake out of the pan. And for our next step, we're going to start working on our actual cream cheese filling. And as always, the exact measurement will be in the description box below. Going to start the filling by just whipping some heavy whipping cream and setting it aside. For this step, you want to whip it until you get stiff peaks. And I'm starting my cream cheese in a separate bowl. And I'm adding some granulated sugar, just regular white sugar, a few tablespoons of that. And I'm going to whisk it until it is nice and smooth. To help with the smoothness of your cream cheese, you want to make sure that you're using cream cheese that is at room temperature. And I just quickly run it in between my fingers to see if it's smooth enough, and if it isn't, I just whip it again for a few more minutes. Once it's nice and smooth, I'm going in with a few tablespoons of Greek yogurt. If you have sour cream, you can use that as well, but that's hard to find in Ghana, so I'm using Greek yogurt. And I'm also going in with about a tablespoon of icing sugar and a bit of lemon juice or lime juice and some vanilla extract. And I'm just going to whip that together for a few seconds. And last but not the least, I'm going to get my whipped cream into my cream cheese and I'm going to fold it together until it is nice and well mixed. To help get my cream cheese filling onto my crust easily, I'm just using a piping bag, or you can use a Ziploc bag, and I cut a bit of the tip off and I'm going to fill the bag with my cream cheese filling, and I'll be using that to pipe into my glass and my cupcake tins. I kept my cream cheese filling plain for the Lotus biscoff biscuits, but I'm going to be topping it with a little bit of the crushed biscuits just for a little bit of texture. And for my Oreo cheesecake, I am going in with a bit of crushed Oreos directly into my cream cheese filling, and I'll be piping that into the crust. And once it's all done, it is going in the fridge for a minimum of 4 hours to allow it to set. I did this in the evening and just left it in the fridge until the next day. And I'm just whipping some cream here just the afternoon after to finish it off before I serve it. I'm using a piping bag and a star tip here, but you can just use any plain bag that you have. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, or you can just use a spoon to put a dollop of whipped cream onto all your mini cheesecakes. And I have some very simple toppings today. I'm using fresh strawberries and blueberries for my lotus biscoff crust. And for my Oreo ones, I'm just topping it with a little bit more Oreo cookies. So these fancier ones will go to the adults, and for the kids, we're just going to remove it from our cupcake liners here, and I'm going to top it with strawberries and blueberries as well as the Oreo cookies. But for the Oreo ones, for a little bit of extra fun, I will also add a little bit of chocolate syrup. And my loves, that is it. Our no-bake mini cheesecakes are ready to be served. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section when you try this amazing recipe out. And as usual, remember to tell a friend about my amazing channel. And thank you all so much for coming along with me on this delicious journey. Take care, guys.